The crisis in Pakistan is coming to a head. Of course, it's been building since the 15th of August, but now we're faced with a situation where either this government is going to survive, or very likely we're going to see a military takeover. The big question is, where does the military stand? Because everybody recognizes that ultimately the outcome will depend on what the military is willing to accept, or indeed what the military wants. It is believed that the military very much wanted to see these demonstrations get started. And they have been not hesitant to express their dissatisfaction with the Prime Minister. Some specific issues: the trying of former President General Musharraf is something which is a bone in the throat of the military. They don't like the overtures to the Indians, mainly to increase trade with India. They have not shared his views toward the Taliban. He's been much more willing to look for a political settlement. Now, I don't think that there's good evidence that the military has entirely orchestrated this, because if they have, it was a bad orchestration. Clearly, it's not following any script here. But they got it started, and now it has taken on a life of its own. The extremist groups here have not gotten in the middle of this. They have not taken sides. Or the very fact that they've stayed away has, in a sense, been supportive of those people who are trying to oust the government. India is not helping, because as Pakistan has had to back away under military pressure, at the same time, India has gotten a little tougher in its language toward Pakistan. So the idea of somehow improved relations with India is going to be one of the casualties of what has been going on the streets. As far as the United States is concerned, anything we do which is too overt there is going to be viewed as being interference, and it's actually going to be counterproductive. Behind the scenes here, we're very concerned, because a destabilized Pakistan is not good news for the United States. What the demonstrators would like to see, first and foremost, is the resignation of this Prime Minister, and going immediately, or almost immediately, to new elections. And that happened for the first time in May of 2013. And as we came out of that election, everybody had a sense of relief that finally Pakistan was a normal country, a normal democratic country, in that it had transferred power peacefully. And here we find ourselves 16 months later or so, where the very thing that was so attractive back then now seems to have collapsed. And we find ourselves back where any government which is elected can expect that the opposition is going to declare that it's illegitimate, and we can't wait now for the next election. We have to overthrow it now, and we will, and we'll look ultimately to the military to do it for them, because they can't do it without the military. And if the military is against them, they can't get away with it. And that's where we are today.